Okay, so originally I was gonna record on my phone, but I'm gonna instead record on my laptop because I don't have any storage issues on my laptop, unlike my phone, unfortunately, because I have storage issues on there. And I would want to insert the posters at each time I'm talking about the Final Destination films, but I'm not sure if I can use Power Director on here anymore because when I was posting my Peacemaker reaction videos, I wanted to put in the stopwatch so y'all would be watching the episode with me, but unfortunately, it wasn't even letting me putting in the video on the Power Director. I don't know, just compared to how I edit videos on here and on my phone, there's some stuff I'm able to do on my phone that I can't do on my laptop for some reason, which is honestly annoying for me. Very frustrating, but right then. So, all right. So, I'm already messing up this video, but I'm not gonna bother editing any bits out. So, let's go on with the review, shall we? So, back in May of 2025, earlier this year, we had done Final Destination Bloodlines, and around when the movie was coming out, I had covered movie reactions on the first 5 films of Final Destination. And unfortunately, I can't show them on YouTube because WB took them down. They've been blocked. I was hoping to try to have them out in October, and if I had time to figure out a bullshit loophole. That's a quote from Brad Pitt in F1. If you've seen the movie, definitely go check that out. But no, I was gonna. Hopefully, I was hoping to, if I had time, I would try to edit out any bits and just have it a poster or something. But when Final Destination 7 when Final Destination 7 comes out, yes, we're getting a 7th movie. So that's confirmed. They actually just came out announcing a new director for the 7th movie. So, yeah, I guess when the 7th movie comes out, that's when I will try to figure out how I can post my movie reactions. But, I have tons of movie reactions on here that have not been posted, like Fast and Furious and now Final Destination. I would say Mission Impossible, but I was trying to have those out. I still need to edit my movie reactions on Part 5 and 6, which would be Rogue Nation and Fallout. But, right then. So, yeah, I did want to do, a highlights thing, but I don't got time for that this month because, one, I need to get started making my costume for Tron Ares because that movie comes out literally next week. But, I also have something else planned later this month, but I can't reveal what it is. Otherwise, that would, ruin the surprise, if you know what I mean. Alright, give me a second. I am an alcoholic when it comes to drinking Ruby Red Squirt, but anyway, so yeah, I wanted to post my reactions of me watching the Final Destination films for the first time, although I technically have seen them before, except I didn't actually watch the movies. Instead, I saw the kill counts 5 years ago. This was around, I think it had to have been October 2020. I think that was the year I was watching so many Dead Meat kill counts. Shout out to Dead Meat. I actually just watched his new kill count today, which I was looking forward to this specific kill count, which was the kill count on Final Destination Bloodlines. So, yeah, I had fun watching that. But yeah, I'm a fan of Dead Meat, and around the time when we were in quarantine, so October 2020, I had watched his Final Destination kill counts, and I remember those movies somewhat kind of scaring me because the thought of death coming after you if you cheat death, and just literally I could die in here right now with just something in here could be the death of me. What was that? Was that? Ah, no, that was nothing else. But no, seriously though, I could easily die in here. If, I just have to die with one of these. I don't know. You get the idea of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, knowing how the Final Destination movies go down, specifically characters getting brutally murdered in unfortunate incidents, I could say that Final Destination would be up there with the horror movies I don't F with, which would be the Smile films. And I know that, they're not, to be taken too seriously, they're, considered funny, but what's creepy about them for me is just a smile. I don't like creepy smiles. They just creep me out. And the second would be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Out of all the iconic horror movie characters, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Chucky, Someone else. Did I already say Michael Myers? No, I already said Michael Myers. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees. Out of all the horror icons, Leatherface is the one to actually scare me. Because I don't, like, if I ever see Leatherface running at me with a freaking chainsaw, I'm hauling ass. I'd rather have Michael Myers chase my ass down. Because he just walks. Although he does have the ability to just pop up out of nowhere. Unless that's Jason Voorhees. But, just, yeah. And then the third one, Terrifier. The Terrifier movies. You know what? I hate to admit this, I'd rather deal with Pennywise the Dancing Clown than Art the Clown, because with Pennywise, I can just bully the shit out of him. But with Art, oh no. I have no winning chance against him. He will mess me up, kill me in the most brutalist way possible. Which, stay tuned for my triple review on the Terrifier films. I'm about a year late on making that. And it's about to be a year later, come by next Friday, as I saw the movie opening night. Whoa, boy, that was one memorable night. Yeah, I could put Final Destination up there because of knowing the idea that, oh, if I somewhat cheat death, I'm screwed. But I could see these movies being funny to watch. You know, like the kills are just fun, seeing how brutally, it'd just be funny to see these characters be brutally killed in unfortunate accidents. So I could see that, but yeah, no, I am terrified of death. I hate thinking about it overall. I don't like to think about it. It messes my brain cells. I know we all will die someday, but anyway, so yeah, I had watched all 5 movies in preparation for the new one that was coming out that week. I technically had knew what was gonna happen. It's just it was just my first time actually watching the movies. The only reason I knew what was going to happen in certain bits was because I watched Dead Meat's Kill Counts 5 years ago. But, no, having to watch all 5 movies was an interesting experience for me. I don't know if I was going to, I don't know if I, actually, let me double check real quick, because I feel like I, in my movie reactions, I would include, like, a quick review on each one. But let me just double check real quickly on YouTube Studio. Oh yeah, it would be titled movie reaction and review. So I guess I would review them, like I would give you all my reaction on the movie, but then give you like a quick review. So this idea, I guess I came up with it not last minute. Just I get this is like a plan B for a video idea, I guess. But I know I technically had reviewed Final Destination Bloodlines separately, as I saw that in IMAX. But I'm still going to talk about it anyways on here, as I think this is the first I'm doing like a franchise review. I'm about to be talking about my thoughts on 6 different movies. Well, not different movies. They're all the same it's the same series. Just 6 sequels or something. I'm already messing up this video. Good lordy, but no. Anyways, back to topic. I'm not sure if oh, wait a second. I just realized, no, this is not the first time I've reviewed 6 movies in one video. I just did one earlier this summer with Jurassic World. I re-reviewed all the Jurassic Park films in prep for Rebirth coming out. So, this would be the second video I make where I would be talking about, where I would just be reviewing 6 movies into one video. Oh my god. I forgot about that, but right then. So yeah. This is going to be my franchise review on the Final Destination films. So, yeah, I won't discuss my thoughts, each one separately, but this is going to be my overall thoughts with the franchise as a whole, because having to, like, watch the movies, I'm going to discuss how I feel about them, honestly, and where I'm at right now. So, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I could put Final Destination up there with the movies I don't F with that actually scare me. Generally scare me. I have seen plenty of scary movies that I've enjoyed watching, but the 3 movies I mentioned up top, which would be Smile, Texas Chainsaw, Terrifier, oh no. No, because I don't like creepy smiles. They creep me out. Leatherface scares the shit out of me. As for Art the Clown, oh my god. I don't know how I've not barfed from seeing gore blood on screen, because I guess that would only happen for certain people. Me, I, I must be a sicko then. Because I don't know if I should probably, no, I should save this for my review, but I'm gonna say it real quickly. I was hoping to somewhat throw up watching Terrifier 2, because I had heard that people were walking out of the theater throwing up because of how graphic and gruesome it was back when it was out 3 years ago, but I didn't. So that was a bit of a bust there, but but no, just no, that like I've seen blood and gore, but oh my god, Terrifier. No, I've only seen the first three movies once, and I don't plan on rewatching them until the fourth one comes out, which would be next year. So, oh, I just realized. Oh, D is gonna. He's gonna kill me for this. This is something I have discussed with my brother last year, where I would want to get his movie reaction on the third one. That is if we could even find it somewhere on streaming or something. I don't know. I'll discuss it with him again the next time I call him. I guess I might have to pick and choose what movie reaction I'm going to have to torture him through, whether it's Terrifier 3 or the Dragon Ball movie, which I hear is atrocious, terrible, a disservice to the source material. Sorry, that was like a burp / hiccup there. I'm not a Dragon Ball fan. I do love anime. I've not watched Dragon Ball. My brother, on the other hand, is a massive Dragon Ball fan. As of 2017, I think. I asked him when he got into Dragon Ball, and I think he told me he got into it back in 2017. So he's been like a fan for 8 years now? Because come by 2026, it would be 9. Yeah, and then 2027 would be 10. Okay, so yeah, about 8 years now he's been a fan. But I feel like if I have him watch that, I'm gonna. It's just. What's the word I'm looking for? I feel like if I have him watch that, he's gonna hate me for it, because he wouldn't. Because he doesn't want to see something that ruins the source material, and the only reason I would get his reaction is just for views. Yeah. Although I will, I swear, if he doesn't, not, I swear, scratch that. If he doesn't, get the chance to watch Scream 7 in theaters when it comes out next February, movie reaction on the way. Unless he actually does end up seeing it, and then, damn, well, at least I got his movie reaction for 5 and 6. But if he figures out who the killers are for that 7th movie, I'm gonna lose my shit, because wait a minute, I'm getting off topic. Okay, I'm getting off topic. Okay, alright. But if he does figure out who the killers are in the 7th movie, I will lose my shit. Because I don't know how he managed to figure it out on who the killers were for 5, 6, and even Thanksgiving. But when is this sequel coming out? I heard it was supposed to come out this year. We got no Okay, I know I'm getting off topic. I need to look this up. When is Thanksgiving 2 coming out? Expected to be released in 2025. Yeah, no. We should have gotten a trailer like a long time ago. November's gonna be next month. There's no way we're getting the movie this year. Not even around Thanksgiving. Probably sometime next year. I don't know, but I don't know what's going on, but I was hoping to get a movie reaction to that, but my cousin Liam wanted to watch it, so I ended up watching it without having to get my reaction. But I'll discuss how that went for me for when I review that sometime this month or next month. I don't know. I probably am gonna cover a review on Thanksgiving when the sequel comes out. But anyways, back to topic, because I got off topic real quick. I always get off topic in my videos. Alright then, so, where was I at? Alright, so, having to watch the movies. So, as I was saying earlier, I could put it up there knowing the premise with the Final Destination movies, because, yeah, I'm a paranoid person. I would be, like, having to watch the movies, I should be paranoid as shit. Like I would not want to go outside. Just lock myself in a room because I could literally die by anything that could happen, whether in this room or outside. Yeah, no, but I don't know. I'm back and forth putting it up there because I do see them like, okay, so these are just like dumb fun movies, dumb fun horror movies. Yeah, just watching people die in funny ways because like some kills I've seen in the movies, gruesome, but I can see why people would be laughing their asses off or something. I don't know. But I will say this. So earlier this year, me and my mom and my brother and our siblings, along with our friend Gabe, went to the Space Needle, and that's the last time I've been there. So the next time I go to the Space Needle, I'm gonna make sure I don't have a penny on me. And I'm alright. Jesus Christ, sorry. Unless if I decide to act like a dumbass and just make a video of like, oh hey look, I'm at the Space Needle and I have a penny on me. Oh, dropped it. Hope nothing bad happens. I don't know. Honestly, that's just like if I were to be actually making a video of that, which would mainly be a TikTok, it'd just be for shits and giggles. But I'm not sure it was worth the risk because I don't know if anyone knows about this, but there's a specific kill in the 6 movie involving a MRI machine, and someone actually died in an MRI machine this year. So that kill is realistic. And I don't know, I just heard about it. I'm like, oh my god, we just got Final Destination 6. You're telling me someone oh my god. Oh no, but no. Anyways, I don't know. I made 2 funny TikTok videos having to do with me being on Space Needle, and I got nothing but tons of comments of people putting in images of a penny. Obviously referencing the penny in the 6th movie, which was so funny. It's kind of become like a meme at this point, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know. It's fun. It's funny. I had fun making one TikTok where I'm just dancing. Make me wanna shout, take my hand. Okay. Anyways, so let's discuss my thoughts with Final Destination 1, which I'm read what I wrote on Letterboxd. I did take notes, but I wish I took like long notes on some movies of the Final Destination films. Because there's a few that I've written down any thoughts I had, but there's some that are like short paragraphs. But my thoughts with Final Destination that came out 25 years ago. Final Destination was pretty solid. I technically knew most of what was going to happen because I watched Dead Meat's kill counts on the Final Destination films 5 years ago. But the reason I'm now watching these finally is because Bloodlines is coming out this week. But yeah, I can't think of any negatives as far as I know. I liked Alex and Claire as main characters who, just my personal opinion, I would have preferred if these two kept returning together for later sequels, like kind of similar with Sidney, Dewey, and Gale coming back in their Scream sequels. But yeah, in terms of gory kills, this movie happens to be the most tamed of them all. The next sequels I know are gonna get gorier, but yeah. 8.5 or 9 out of 10 for this one, but I'll say I ain't gonna be a fan of these endings they have where a character dies right before the credits roll dang it. I lost my train of thought because my watch beeped. It's 3 o'clock now. Let me just get back to where I was at. So yeah, I gave this movie like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10 for the first Final Destination movie. But I'll say this, I ain't going to be a fan of these endings they have where a character dies right before the credits roll, which is going to become sort of traditional for this series. And that is something I definitely would like to discuss about these endings and why they bug me so much. In fact, I hate them. But I'll get that in a sec. Now my thoughts with the first movie. So I gave that like 4 stars on Letterboxd, but yeah, I'm between like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. But alright, where I'm at with where I would think is the best. Before I saw number 6, I'm going to watch 5 of these films I consider the first one being the best. I know there's some talk of the third one being the best, and I can see why the fourth one is the worst, which I'll discuss my thoughts with that in a sec. But um, no, yeah. So yeah, for as I watched all five movies, I just considered the first one being the best in the series. I as the one I enjoyed the most, and having to watch like the rest of the movies. Yeah, I honestly wish that uh oh god, I forgot the dude's name. I know I just typed it on here. Let me just double check. Alex. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to have Alex and Claire return in later Final Destination sequels, and Claire would return in the second movie, except Alex would get killed off screen, which that pissed me off. But yeah, but yeah, honestly, this is just my opinion. I would have liked if they returned in later sequels for the Final Destination movies. Um, and yeah, with for this movie's ending, it was all right, but it would become a tradition for the series as we would get endings of pretty much like, oh yeah, it don't matter if they cheated. You can't cheat death. You can't cheat death. I really want to discuss about my thoughts with that now, but I'm trying to like think of any other thoughts with the first movie. The like the freak accident for this movie would involve a plane sequence where flight 180, I believe. I believe it's 180, unless I'm wrong. It's been like a few months since I've watched these movies. I've only seen them once. As for the sixth one, I've seen that twice in theaters. But um, yeah, no, so that is a real possibility because anytime I go on a plane by myself, I would get at oh did I terrified of going on a plane by my oh wait, I think I'm remembering something. I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm remembering something around like 2020, um, or probably 20. No, it had to have been 2020. Damn it, I don't know. No, wait, no, I don't. Damn it, I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna tell you what I feel like I know. I feel like after watching Dead Meat's Kill Count, I must have been paranoid of going on a plane by myself. I'm like, oh god, please don't let nothing happen in this plane. Because, yeah, anytime I go by myself, which I wasn't always by myself, me and my brother would be traveling whenever we'd be. Sorry, that was like a burp and hiccup there. We would be traveling together when we'd be visiting our dad for the summer or holidays. But that was when we were like, that only went on from like, I'm trying to remember the year because first time we started doing that, we would have our parents with us, but then eventually, I guess around 20. I'm trying to remember a specific year because there's like the first couple of years we would be with a parent because we were very young, and then by the time we're like preteen, we would be by ourselves together. But then around 2021 was when I guess I started to fly by myself because that's when my brother wanted to live with our dad 4 years ago. But yeah, that's a real possibility of something bad happening on a plane. So anytime I'm going by myself, I'm gonna be paranoid. But off topic, there was one time. This was like around 2020. I'm trying to remember if I visited my dad for the holidays of 2020. I'm not so sure, to be honest. I cannot. It's been 5 years. I'm trying to recall because I know this. No, this could have maybe this was no. Yeah, I think this was summer of 2020. I remember staying up late. I was watching like a bunch of YouTube videos, specifically Eddie VR. That are funny as hell. I was laughing my ass off. Oh yeah, I stayed up late, and we headed out to the airport late at night. And once the flight took off, I took a quick power nap. I didn't mean to doze off, but as soon as I like fell asleep on the plane, I wake up and oh, we're here. That didn't take long, so that I did myself a favor, just staying up late watching a bunch of YouTube videos, and because thanks to me watching a bunch of YouTube videos, I just took a quick power nap because I'm pretty sure I think that may have been the first time. No, I think the first time I went on a plane by myself was around 2020, summer of 2020, I believe. I think. I want to. I think because I remember my brother went on a plane by himself. Cause this for the summer we didn't go together. He went by himself, and then I joined in later. Oh my god, am I silly forgetting 5 years ago? What the hell? I'm like forgetting fragments of like 2015 to 2020. Jesus, but I want to say that the first time I think I went on a plane by myself was summer of 2020, and yeah, yeah. Once thanks to me taking a nap, I was like, oh, that didn't take long. That was fast, but anyway, so oh yeah, I really enjoyed this first movie. Oh man, I really wish I wrote more in-depth thoughts. That was all I wrote. With my quick thoughts on the first movie, but yeah, I know I thought the first movie was solid, and yeah, I'm like between like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10 with it, but yeah, I considered it to be the best in the series. Wait a second, I should check. I know I have a ranking list. I needed to see what my ranking list is on the movies. I have like 74 lists on my letterbox. Good lordy. Where is it? Ah, here we go. Right then. So that was my ranking list. And I wrote in the caption, "There's sometimes dumb fun, but screw these movies, mainly for their endings." Yeah, I might as well just discuss my thoughts with the... You know what? No. I'll discuss it when we get to an ending that really had me pissed off. Alright, now moving on. So I guess that's all I could say for the first movie. I overall found it solid, but now my thoughts with Final Destination 2 that came out in 2003. Okay, that was hilariously entertaining somehow. Final Destination 2 is an alright sequel. I'd give it an 8, but the reason it's a 7.5 out of 10 is because I don't approve seeing kids die on screen, even though the actor that played Tim is maybe 18 years old by the time they filmed this, but yeah, some characters weren't great, and the kills were definitely more brutal than the last entry, but glad they had some connections to the first movie in here, especially with Claire returning, who was done dirty, if you know, you know. But I do like how they explain about the rules involving with death, specifically on death's design. But yeah, I had fun with this one. Still think the first one is better. Right then, so I know what I'm talking about with kid dying on screen. There's a kill in here, a character named Tim. I'm thinking that he's gonna have a freak accident at the dentist, but nope. Instead, he gets crushed by a big ass glass piece thing. And that, yeah, I didn't like that because, in case if I've not said this on the channel, which I think I have, I don't like to see kids die on screen. That is like a no-go for me. So, like, I gave that 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, and yeah, that I'm just not letting that one kill slide because I don't like seeing kids die on screen. But the kills, I do remember some of the kills being brutal. And oh yeah, there's this is the one with the log scene. Oh man! All right, just to make this clear, I'm a newcomer into the Final Destination series, so I don't have like the same trauma that everyone had when watching these movies, where anytime someone sees a log truck in front of them, they're like, "Oh, hell no! Get me up front! I don't want to be behind those log trucks." But I could see why they would be terrified of log trucks. Yeah, there were some... They definitely amped up the kills in here, because, again, the first one is, like, the most tamed out of all 6 movies. Because later sequels just get brutaler. Brutaler? What? Is that even a word? They just get more gorier later on, but, yeah, the only characters I did like in here were probably the cop and... Oh, God, I forgot her name. I want to say it was Catherine. Hang on, I'm going to look it up in the cast. I'm going to look up in the cast, because I should know. Kimberly! Okay, I think the only characters I did like in here were Kimberly and the cop. They were basically our main characters replacing Alex and Claire. But Claire does return in this one, but she's in an insane asylum because she's not trying to get killed out there. An insane asylum is the safest place away from death, who is out to get you. Which right, there was a character in the last movie played by Todd Will. Was it Todd? Oh no, I shouldn't. Is it Todd Williams? I'm sorry, I'm very bad with names. I just want to double check I got his name right. Where is it? It should be on here. Where the hell is it? I know it's. Is it Todd? Where is it? Tony Todd. Damn it! I got the name wrong. Tony Todd. Right. He only shows up in 1, 2, 5. Actually, he does make a quick cameo in the third one. He doesn't show up physically, but he's voicing like a double animatronic at like a carnival fest where there's like rides and roller coasters. But he mainly shows up in 1, 2, 5, and 6. 6 is his last appearance ever on screen, as he sadly passed away, I believe, last year. But yeah, he mentioned he's basically an expert on like, oh, so you've come to know how to cheat death. You can't unless you either kill somebody or you die, and someone's gotta revive you back up. Yeah, he does explain the rules for this sequel, and the only way you could get out of Death's hit list is you either have to take somebody's life that has more years, just take their years. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly. Basically, in order to get out of Death's hit list, you gotta kill somebody that has more years to live, and you get their years, and then you'll live on for probably. Say, if I were, this is not gonna sound great, but I'm trying to do my best to explain this example. Say if I were to take a life that they had like 50 years to live, I take their life, I then get their life, and I live on for 50 years instead of how long I would be living for or something. And we do get to see that in the fifth one, because a character doesn't intentionally get them killed, but he would get his life and would live on, except by the end of the fifth movie, it's revealed that he was gonna die anyways, so he had like days to live instead of years or how many, because of a brain tumor this worker had that sadly got killed. But anyway, that's only option one. You either kill somebody to take their life so you can live on, or you die and you just gotta be revived back somehow. And Kimberly does die in the movie, but the cop is able to bring her back, so she managed to cheat out of death. And right then, some characters, main characters in these movies, get premonitions. They have like a vision of how they're going to die. And in the first movie, some characters got out of the plane while everybody else died on the plane. Like, seeing that in the kill count, I was like, oh snap! Oh, so dang! So I was shocked seeing how all this was playing out when I was watching Dead Meat's kill counts. But definitely an interesting premise with these. Like, these are mainly supernatural thrillers, or I guess supernatural horror movies. But, hey, let me just take one more sip. Because I'm yapping like crazy. I'm trying my best to remember everything that happens in these movies, but yeah. And yeah, Death has like a plan. He has like a design for how you should die. And there's a pattern as well of like, okay, you go first, he goes second, she goes third, you're at last. So, y'all need to die in a specific order that you were supposed to die in. Because that's what was going on with the first movie when they were on the airplane. Then the second one with the highway sequence, so they were trying to they would try to save everybody, make sure they don't die. There was one character that was like wanting to, but the gun didn't go off. And once the cop checked, the bullets were loaded. And that was because, oh, no, I'm not going to let you take your life like that. No, you're going to die the way I want you to die. Okay? So, You ain't going nowhere. You're dying the way I had it envisioned, motherfucker. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Yeah. You get the idea, though. Alright, what other thoughts? What other thoughts am I missing? Right then. So, yeah. Yeah, as I mentioned, the only two characters I liked were... I'm sure there were some characters I felt bad for dying. It's just there were some that are like... Yeah, okay, yeah, I could care less about you. There's one that comes to mind, which was this one dude that won like $1 million. Not like, I think he won $1 million. He's at his apartment, but Death is like, alright, you're next on the kill count, buddy. And the way he goes out is like instant karma for him, because he throws out pasta out the window, like, you just wasted that good pasta. And by the time he gets out of his apartment, which was burning, I thought he was gonna get his hand screwed up in the clog thing in the sink, because his stupid expensive watch was in there. But yeah, he gets out of there, but the instant karma that gets back at him as he slips on the pasta, and the ladder thing comes down and just... Yeah, there's some nasty kills in here. There's one guy that sorry, it was like a burp and hiccup there. Excuse me. There's one guy that gets cut in like couple pieces with like a wire thing when there's an explosion that happens. Except he saved a character that wasn't even supposed to live, and that character would end up dying at the very end of the movie. Which, you know what? I'm just gonna skip right to the ending of this movie. Oh wait, you know what? Before I get to that, I'm gonna get to the part I was very pissed about. So yeah, they confirmed that Alex is dead in here because he got hit by a brick. So I'm pissed about that. As for Claire, she gets blown up in the hospital. So yeah, I'm pissed that both Alex and Claire were killed off. Because this is just my opinion. I feel like they could have been, they should have been main characters for later sequels, helping out with other people that would have been gotten premonitions and stuff. That's just my opinion. So I hate the idea about them being killed off in between 1 and 2. They should have been main characters for later sequels down the line and stuff. But sadly, they're dead. But anyways, so yeah, around the end of the movie. So yeah, it ends with basically another, it ends the same way the first movie had ended, where one of the characters that survived the events gets killed at the end when they're in Paris. Then this one, as I mentioned, the character that wasn't even supposed to live, that almost got hit by a van, he gets blown up at the grill, and his severed arm is on the table. But I want to say that both the cop and Kimberly are still alive. There's a good chance they could bring those two back in Final Destination 7. I don't know where we're going to go with the 7th movie, knowing where this last one just ended, but no, I would love to see those two again. I enjoyed them, so I might as well take them, since Alex and Claire can't fill in because they're sadly are dead. But no, they could come. I hope they come back for the 7th movie. Honestly, I hope they do. But now let's discuss my thoughts with number 3. All right, Final Destination 3, which I hear is considered to be a fan favorite for everybody. Oh, and this came out almost 20 years ago. Come by next year. Final Destination 3. And this is the part where I wish I wrote more paragraphs. I liked this movie, but hated the ending. Then again, I hate these endings. I gave this 4 stars, so if I had to guess what rating exactly I gave it, probably an 8.5 out of 10. I think that's the rating I would have given it, because I wasn't specific, because I didn't write a full-on paragraph. Damn it, Matt. But yeah. No, I really did enjoy this 3rd entry. Wait a minute. Just to double check where I have it ranked exactly, because I would want to say I like... Wait a minute, why do I have the 2nd over the 3rd one? What? Why? Why is that? No, I'm actually gonna change it. I don't know, unless I had a reason, but you know what, screw it. I'd rather just, yeah, I don't know why. Then again, I do like the first 3 movies. Like, even though I gave the 2nd one like a bit of a low rating compared to the first movie, like, no, I overall I can't speak. I overall did like the first 3 movies. No matter what rating I gave them. Well, I would say the first one's the best, but I liked all of them. Almost all of them. We'll get the why how I feel with the fourth one, and the fifth one, I think. I oh god, I have like a running nose. But all right, what did I? No, yeah, I already said that. All right, so we what are the? I need to look at the names. God damn, son of a beeswax. That's all right. Mary Elizabeth Winston is the lead actress for this movie. When she plays Wendy, has a premonition on a roller coaster, which okay then. No, I don't know when was the last time I've been on a roller coaster. Not sure if I want to go on one again. I love roller coasters, but now, oh, I just realized that these movies may have ruined a couple of things for me. Oh snap! No, 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 no. I hope I didn't mess my watch up, but I just realized that some of these movies may have ruined a couple of things for me, like going on an airplane, or going on a roller coaster, or going on a freaking Space Needle. Well, the Space Needle in the movie is not the actual Space Needle. In the movie, it's based off of the Space Needle. It took inspiration. That's like a made up place they made. No, I was actually looking it up, doing research. Like, is this like an actual place or something that existed in this time period, or is this made up for the movie? Oh, it's made up for the movie, but they take inspiration and stuff. But, anyways, I remember there was some interesting stuff in this third one, mainly at the very end that had me kind of locked in. Yeah, oh right, I forgot to mention. So as I mentioned in my review for the second one, they do bring up connections of the past entries because one of the characters named Ryan, I believe, right? No, not Ryan, Kevin. He brings up connections of the first and the second movie to Wendy as right. So yeah, Wendy has a premonition of the freak accident happening on the roller coaster. Some of them get off, but then they see the roller coaster finally come to fruition, like actually happening, just like her vision, like just like her premonition. Which, wait a sec, I just realized this. Why is it they're getting premonitions? Like, okay, no, I remember this is somebody else. I can't take the credit for this, but I'm remembering somebody's theory about this. It has to do with like why they're getting premonitions, like. Why are they getting premonitions of their deaths if they're not supposed to be cheating their deaths or something? I can't remember exactly what they said, but they had like a good point on like why is it they're having premonitions if they're not supposed to be seeing their deaths, knowing how they're supposed to die and stuff. No, what they said, I remember seeing this in a TikTok comment, I believe, but what they said was very interesting. Like, oh my god, that's a good point. What? Who is even giving them these premonitions? Who? I don't know. It's all supernatural, but I just realized that, like, who is giving them these premonitions? And, because if they're not supposed to know how they die and cheat death, who's giving them premonitions in the first place? I just suddenly realized that, but, yeah. First couple of kills after the incident would be two girls that I'm, like, annoyed with, but, the way they die is through gaining a tan. There's some nudity involved for this bit, but no, yeah, they die getting trapped in the tanning machine thingamajigs. They end up burning, but it does end in a cool transition where both of them are like burning up, but then it cuts to them in their caskets. So it's a cool transition there. But right then. So they are again, as I mentioned, the kills get more gorier each sequel. There was one I do remember where a guy is like working out and he's just like, ah! I wasn't looking forward to seeing that. I know I've seen the kills on Dead Meat's Killcast, but some of them were censored because YouTube does not approve of gruesome kills. But right then, I don't know where they get the idea. I'm trying to remember because like, it's been a while. How many months? May, June, July, August, September. I guess it's been like 5 months since I had watched all 5 of them. I've only have seen them once, but I remember there's a scene where this guy's girlfriend Sally gets killed at the place they're working at, and he's like wanting revenge, and he's I like what happens here? is like, oh, I'm actually locked in, but kind of ends shortly like, oh damn. But I think they whatever I was anticipating to see does happen in the fifth movie, which I have something I'd like to discuss with that one once I get to that. But all right then. So on the last movie, not last movie, around like the ending, the third act, we get to the characters at this 4th of July thing or something. I can't remember exactly, but Wendy figures out that her sister is on excuse me, that was like a hiccup / burp, on death's hit list, and she's gotta figure out a way to save her. And the guy I mentioned that wants revenge, he comes up to them. He's very pissed, and I think he had the idea of wanting to kill them, because I believe they, like, I believe around this time they would then find out about, like, okay, so the only way we could try to break out of Death's hit list, his design, is we either die or kill somebody. I believe. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that one of these characters, one of the characters was pissed at Wendy, wanted to get back, wanted revenge, but didn't get the chance to because he immediately gets splattered by this big thingamajig, and yeah, that's the end of it. But the ending, yeah, I think this is the point where, okay, now I'm getting pissed off with these endings, because we see Wendy and Kevin, along with the sister, all get brutally murdered in a train accident, but it's then revealed that it was through a premonition, so who knows if she's even alive or not. But I might as well discuss my biggest gripe with these endings, that I'm like, okay, what's the point then? Like, I get it. I get it. You can't cheat death. You can't escape death. But, like, what's the point then? Like, so this is, like, what honestly pisses me off with these movies. And it's honestly something I hate about them. Now, 3 movies in, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying them, while slightly being traumatized, and probably gonna be a lot more paranoid on my surroundings, because don't wanna spill my squirt onto this laptop and I get electrocuted. That would not happen. I would just ruin my laptop. I'm just throwing. You get the idea, because I don't want to die in my room if I don't know, because if I were to be sent up my shelves, I could fall and crack my neck or something. I don't know. I'm a paranoid person. But back to topic. So, no, what I dislike about these movies are the endings. I know some. I know I got some comments. Let me see if I could bring up comments. I know I got some. I'm gonna do quick shoutouts on some comments. Let me see. Oh yeah, I posted my reaction on my reaction to the ending of the 6th movie. That got lots of views, yet WB didn't took that down, but they took down one of my videos where I just featured like quick clips for like Super Jurassic World. I end up getting a strike for that one, which thankfully is going to expire in a couple of days. I need to do more research with how to handle copyright claims. I've gotten a few, as I've had a strike for about 90 days almost, but I haven't put disputes. I haven't made disputes on some of them, because I would like to make a proper dispute. But hang on, let me look at the comments. I have view all. Yes, view all. Hang on. I'm just gonna rate a few for a bit. Okay. Miss Our iGreen051. I actually like the movie, but I get how he feels, because I used to be like him, or when I was a kid, I didn't like unhappy endings, but now I'm okay with unhappy endings, only if it fits well with the story. I remember I used to hate Drag Me to Hell because of the ending, but now I like the ending to that movie. Drag Me to Hell, that's directed by Sam Raimi, right? I'm not seeing that one. Big J Dog 4523, the ending left me speechless. Okay, I may not be able to pronounce some of these usernames, so I guess I'll just read some comments. That's the way the cookie crumbled. The ending was disappointing, wasn't it? I didn't think it would end like that. It's great that there's a Final Destination 7 and 8. Okay, we are getting a 7th movie, but it's not confirmed we're getting an 8th one, so I don't know where he got. I don't know where this person got the idea that we'd be getting an 8th movie, but no, or 7's on the way. No, we're definitely getting a 7th movie. That's totally confirmed. Well, in my opinion, that was an amazing ending. I love how they brought back the logs to kill Stephanie and Claire. Oh, I probably should have put spoiler warnings. I was a little bit sad that they died, but I would have been disappointed if they didn't die. So, in my opinion, that was a good ending. You have a cool opinion. Agree to disagree. Yeah, because I've seen some people like the endings, but it's just me. Me personally, I hate them. They kind of ruin the movies for me, because then, like, what's the point? But, hang on. Well, the thing is, given that William Bloodworth stated in this film, breaking the chain of death can be very tricky to pull off, as the person needs to be clinically dead before bringing them back to life to break the said chain, because if it wasn't done right, / incorrectly, the chain would be broken, and death will still target them. Even though I watched every single Final Destination movie, it still didn't prepare me for this one. Amazing ending. I would like to go back to the cinema to repeat it again. Using the logs is perfect. Yeah, no, the 6th one had some callbacks to the past sequels. Man, stop crying. I watched this shit front row with a... Man, stop crying. I watched this shit front row with a smile on my face. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Glad you enjoyed that. The logs are so iconic, man. I can see that now. That's exactly my reaction to the end. I don't know how many comments are there. I'm just reading all the comments, even though I should be getting back to topic, but I'm just gonna read a few for a sec. Man, the beginning of the movie was looking so cool until the end, with her ring was hanging off on the building, and then her whole finger just unskinned due to the weight. These scenes almost made me puke. I wish I puked over watching the Terrifier films due to how graphic and gruesome they were, yet I didn't, which means I must be a sicko. And I'm not happy about that. I shouted, "It's the freaking logs again!" Ooh, it's the freaking logs again! Our little comedian, yeah, right, hang on. Yeah, it could be a premonition. Alright, I'll say this real quickly. I would have liked, I did thought of it at first, like, oh, that could have been premonition. They could still be alive. But the credits literally confirm that, oh no, they dead. They're dead. They died. They brutally got murdered by logs. I'm like, fuck! Yeah, pal, BS ending. I hate the ending. Yeah, I wish this time the main characters win this time. I feel bad for Stephanie and Charlie for everyone died. I'll definitely bring up my thoughts, basically re-review the 6th one again in a sec. I just like previous film. I really rooted for them, even though it's a Final Destination movie. Kind of wish Iris survived. I loved her character. Hang on. Death. Do you think you could get away from me? Oh, man. They did in the 2nd movie. Yeah. To be honest, Kimberly and Thomas from Final Destination 2 are still alive. Yeah! So, I was right. They should still be alive right now. I think they're, like, alive right now, so I hope they return for the 7th movie, honestly. Wish they had gone with something different, like after all of that, yeah, we cheated death because I was unconscious for 1 minute, and that grandma giving the book about everything you need to know to cheat death. The ending was just kinda meh. They had so much more opportunities, but still went with the endless flow of every single movie in the franchise. Would you rate it 1 out of 10? Personally, me was 7 out of 10. Good plot and characters, but CGI kind of goofy. Not gonna lie, but kills were good. And, yeah, I replied, posting my review, and I said, I agree, Final Destination 2 was the only one where they won, so it would be nice to finally get another good ending. They should have had at least made the final death another premonition similar to Final Destination 3, so that there would be at least a chance of them surviving. Exactly. It wouldn't hurt the series, and it seems like this is the most likely the last one of the franchise. They definitely could have gone with what they did with Final Destination 1, where the main character survived, but revealed that, for example, Alex, the main character in Final Destination 1, having a brick falling on his head off screen after the events of the first film. But yeah, alright. But, overall, I hate the endings. But I get it. You can't cheat death. There's no escaping death. Like, a good example, Puss in Boots 2, because Puss in Boots wasted 8 of his lives and was on the run from death. Can't cheat death? Can't run from death? I get it. I get it, but what's the point of me caring about these characters if you're gonna kill them off at the end? Like, it annoys me so much! And this pisses me off. I get so pissed off with the sixth one. I'm gonna get to that in a sec. I don't know if I discussed spoilers for when I reviewed Final Destination Bloodlines separately, but these endings honestly ruin the movies for me. And I get it. I get it. Again, you can't cheat death. There's, like, no escaping it, but just... What's the point? Like, what's the point, then, of just, like, having me care about these characters, but killing them all? Like, I get it. I get it. I've already said it 3 times now, but I get it. But it just bugs me. Like, what is the point? Like, what is the point, then, of me watching these? So that's just my biggest gripe with these movies. Now, I have fun watching them. It's just the endings I hate the most. The endings ruin it for me. And I get around by the time I get to the third movie is where I'm like, okay, I'm had it with these endings. Look, first 2, I let them slide. Sure, Alex and Clara kind of died in between 1 and 2, but at least Kimberly and Thomas didn't die. But once we get to main characters dying from 3 to 6, I'm like pissed off about it. Because what's the freaking point? I need to pull the fan here. I'm like, holy moly, but anyway, so I think that, so yeah, my rating for number 3 is most likely like an 8.5 out of 10 since I gave that 4 stars on Letterboxd. But anyways, now on to the final destination, which would be the 4th movie that is considered to be the worst in the series that came out in 2009. Okay, originally I gave this a 7 out of 10, but after seeing why fans hated the Final Destination on YouTube, specifically watching Dead Meat's Kill Count and 3C Films' review video, yeah, I lowered my rating down. Plus, having to sit my thoughts on it, yeah, it's my least favorite and definitely the worst in the series. Sorry, that was like a hiccup, but it turned into a there. Excuse me. But the reason it's like a 6 out of 10 for me is because I had dumb fun with it. Now, even though I say I had dumb fun with the 4th entry, yeah, no, I can see why this is terrible, god-awful. This came out around the time 3D movies were a thing, because there was Avatar that came out at that same year, but, yeah, no, there were some kills in there that were 3D effects, so that was like, okay, oh my god, the 3D effects are terrible. So, yeah, I can understand why this 4th entry is the worst in the series, and it's definitely at my last place for me, for where I have it ranked on Letterboxd. But yeah, where do I begin? Where do I discuss my thoughts on this? I could say it's forgettable because I cannot remember jack shit. I only remember fragments. I don't know. I know there was this one racist character that says the hard R to one of the characters that is black. So I'm like, god damn! Jesus, was that necessary? But he gets killed off when he... I guess he was trying to, like, kill him. Like, commit a murder straight up because he was upset about his wife dying because he was saving his life, but he clearly wasn't appreciative of that, therefore calling him the N-word and straight up being racist. But and then the song plays, "Why can't we be friends?" Which I guess there are some scenes in here that had me like had fun with this. Like, okay, yeah, this is not great, but it's so bad it's good. I guess I had dumb fun with it because I gave this 3 stars on Letterboxd, but yeah, as I said in there, I had dumb fun with this movie, specifically for certain moments here and there. There was one kill in here that is dumb, but kind of funny, where one of the characters is watching a movie in 3D where she's like, I was meant to be here to see this movie. And she gets brutally killed when the theater explodes, which, oh god, this movie may have ruined going to the theater for me. Because, I don't know if anyone knows about this, But I guess like crazy shit could happen in the theater. Whether someone with a gun comes in, you have to go through the exits. Because my mom would always tell me to look for exits, duck and cover, crawling out, or a ceiling collapses. Because I don't know if anyone's aware about this, but when Captain America: Brave New World was coming out, there were like the theater ceiling collapsed. Thankfully, nobody was hurt because the theater was almost empty. There was at least 1 or 2 people in there. They may have gotten injured, but not badly injured. Or at least they were alright. I just remember hearing something about this earlier this year that, a ceiling collapsed during a screening for Captain America: Brave New World. Thankfully, nobody was harmed because there was like at least 1 or 2 people in the theater. But yeah, no, this movie may have ruined, may ruin me going to the theater now because something crazy could happen. I don't know. That could be unrealistic. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Oh wait, there's another kill I remember. This is one dude that is basically a bit of a douche. He's like not. I believe he's like not too worried of just getting killed, and because I believe I remember him saying exactly like, "I'm gonna go get laid." And there's a scene we cut him. We're at a swimming pool and he's doing the devil's tango with somebody. Oh, he lasts for like 4 seconds. Like, oh, I finished 4 seconds ago. Just, oh my god, oh my god, Jesus. But since he did the devil's tango, he broke rule number 1 when it comes to surviving a horror movie. If you know the 3 rules to surviving a horror movie, which I'm gonna bring them out in a sec. Let me just bring them out. Because the main bringing up the 3 rules is a reference to the first Scream, which, speaking about Scream, we should be I heard we were supposed to be getting a trailer in September. That came and went. So I guess October is when we're actually supposed to be getting the trailer. I actually have 2 Ghostface masks. One regular, this one. Alright, quickly off topic. This is the same, I already discussed this in my Scream videos, but this is the same mask I wore for when I went to go see Scream 5 3 years ago. And then I decided to, I couldn't get another one or get like a messed up looking mask, but, so yeah, this is the same one I had used for when I went to go see the 5th movie, and I decided to customize it a bit, and I was happy with how it turned out. It wasn't too bad. And I used this for the 6th movie, but yeah, I do have a costume in there with a regular mask. And I will be wearing this for when the trailer comes out. Whenever, which I guess next week? I don't know. We're supposed to be getting a trailer sometime this month. Since literally 2 days ago we had gotten the title reveal. Well, we already knew it was going to be titled Scream 7, but we got like a reveal of what the font was going to look like, which was Scream 7. Or 7, you know, I don't know. Basically Scream 7, but it's slashed. So, that was cool. You know what? I'm actually going to show you what it looks like real quickly. Where is it? I do like the title logo. They ain't going with Roman numerals, but this is what it looks like, so that's a cool title. But anyways, the 3 rules to surviving a horror movie is 1, you cannot have, if you know what I mean, but yeah, I'm just going to say it straight. Rule number 1, you cannot have sex. Rule number 2, no drugs or alcohol. And most importantly, rule number 3, no matter what, under any circumstances, do not say, I'll be right back. You wanna know why you can't say, I'll be right back? Because you're not coming back! Anyways, But yeah, since he broke rule number 1, yeah, it don't matter if he was on death's hit list or not, he broke rule number 1, so he was gonna... Yeah, since he broke rule number 1, he was gonna die anyways, because... If you don't pop your hold on, I'm actually gonna look this up real quickly because I don't know if I know this. What does popping the cherry? What does popping the cherry mean? I don't. Hang on. Pop the cherry is a phrase to. Ah, okay. I figured it was that. I wasn't sure, but now I double checked. Yeah. As long as you don't pop your cherry, you should be fine. I mean, Randy was fine in the first movie. Sally wasn't in the second one, which I'm still pissed about. Because, as he confirmed in the 3rd movie, he popped his cherry with a coworker, I think. But, anyways, back to topic. So, the way this douchey bad character dies is he gets his guts pulled out of his booty hole in the pool, and then just oh, you know what? This movie might as well be bad. It's so good. I don't know. As I said, I had dumb fun with this, but yeah, the ending. Yeah, they all die, but I wanted to try to care for them, but yeah, since this is the worst in the series, I could care less. So yeah. And I guess this they intended this to be the... Yeah, no, this would technically be the... I know we had gotten a fifth one after this one, but if you know the timeline, really, with the fifth one and all and everything else, this would be literally the last in the series, since this was titled The Final Destination. Because for the fifth one, even though it's titled Final Destination 5, plot twist, it's a goddamn prequel. So, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's it, yeah, that's pretty much where we be last left off in the timeline. And then, a couple years later, we're in the events of Final Destination Bloodlines. But, anyway, so, yeah, I gave this like a 6 out of 10. And, yeah, the 3D effects were terrible. I will say that. But, now my thoughts with Final Destination 5, which I was surprised. Like, my reaction when watching Dead Meat's Kill Count, that it's a prequel? And watching the scene, knowing the context, like, well, now having to see better context, I'm like, oh, damn. But that's what I wrote, which sadly is a short paragraph. Final Destination 5 had 3 stars, but I kind of swapped my ratings with Final Destination 4 and Final Destination 5. Plus, this is miles better than the last entry, so I gave this, like, 3 out of 3.5 stars on Letterboxd, but I guess my rating probably would have been a 7 or 7.5 out of 10? No, wait, I think I gave the second one a 7 out of 10. So I guess this would be like a 7.5 out of 10 rating, but no, yeah, as I said, this is miles better than the last movie. And no, yeah, I having to sit my thoughts in. I guess at first I was like, but after seeing my thoughts on it, like, oh, you know what? Okay, I'm starting to like it a little more now. Having to set my thoughts on it, and it's mainly around the final end of the movie that has me like, oh, I like where this is going. Oh, I'm locked in. Yeah, this is what the third one should have done, but they didn't go through with it. But they're doing what I was anticipating. You know, I was like, oh, this should be interesting. This guy just got splattered by a big-ass tower thingamajig. Oh, yes, the fifth one's gonna do what the third one missed its chance on doing. But I'm gonna get to that in a sec. But, so yeah. Even though this is titled Final Destination 5, it's a prequel to the first movie. And you'll know that right away once you get to the very end, where they're on an airplane. They do mention about going to Paris, but once you get to the ending, they're on the airplane, you see the characters from the first movie getting out of the airplane, and yeah, and I do feel bad that they both die at the end, like, damn, all that for nothing, are you kidding me? So, that was unfortunate, and then of course I mentioned earlier about the guy that didn't intentionally kill his worker, because he died accidentally, but this other character was like, no, you killed him, yeah, you killed him, because you took his life, so you could live on a little bit, but it didn't matter for him, because that guy was going to die anyways because of a brain tumor, and that other guy got splattered by an airplane wheel, but, alright, let me look at the characters' names, because what I liked with this fifth entry was, specifically around, like, the very end, was when Peter, who, for some reason, almost looks like Tom Cruise. I'm like, this guy almost looks like Tom Cruise. But no, at the very... Okay, so, yeah, the freak accident for this movie is a bridge collapsing, breaking, and I think that this did have some 3D effects, or mainly like... No, never mind, I take that back. The fourth entry only had 3D effects. Like, some of the kills here were a bit CGI. Some of these kills are CGI, practical, can be weird, or mainly weird for the CGI bits, but, I don't know what I should have probably have mentioned like what is the most brutalist kill I've seen for each one, because for the first one I could say be there was in the first one there was a very dark kill where one of Alex's friends is, gets caught up on death's hit list. He's because the way he dies, it's looking like he's committed suicide, but us the audience know that no, he didn't commit suicide. He just couldn't get like he like slips. No, that the toilet water leaks and he slips on it and he gets caught in the shower and he's choking and his eyes turn red. But yeah, no, he's trying to get out of it, but he can't because everything is like the tub is slippery. Just the way that kill goes down is honestly dark. Because the way, like, alright, I'm gonna make it look like you committed suicide. Perfection, just the way I intended it on my death design and shit. I feel, if I remember correctly, while I was watching, doing my reactions, I was, like, pretending to be, like, Death, like, seeing how he'd be, like, okay, let's see how Death would be if you were a person trying to, like, okay, kid, you need to die, but you're not gonna die getting a tooth, like, you're not gonna die going to the dentist, but instead I'm gonna drop this big old glass on you, dumbass, and bye-bye. Those are for shits and giggles, but anyways, right, I don't know what said, damn it, hold on, I lost, right, no, yeah, that kill was dark, yeah, that was a pretty dark kill, but, I guess it's not, I'm trying to think of a pretty graphic kill in the first one. The only one I can think of is that one dude that got his head decapitated at the train sequence, but that's about it. The second one probably, there was a scene where, like, a guy's like, don't worry, I'm not gonna screw something up. And he does screw something up, having the character get killed, because, like, this character gets into a car accident, and she almost gets her head impaled through the seat, but she dodges it. But she's like, alright, get me out of here. But this guy is, like, joking, but he shouldn't have joked like that, because that's what got her killed. Because as he hits the car thing, the airbag comes in and just, boom! It went through her head, and she was dead. I'm like, you dumbass! You should not joke like that. You got her killed. Her blood is on your hands, man! But, alright, I'm trying to think of, like, a very graphic kill, and, I could see the log. I could say the log scene is the graphic, even though that's in the premonition. I don't know. I'm trying to remember like very graphic kills. That's for the third one. Damn it! I'm having trouble because like all the kills are graphic, so I'm having a hard time trying to think of like okay. I think that was probably the most graphic. Whether I'd say is the best kill or the most graphic, either way, I'm having trouble trying to make up my mind. But, I don't know. But, yeah, no, most of these kills, I'm just gonna get back to the topic with the fifth one. So, there's the first kill to go would be, damn it, I already forgot this dude's name. What was his name? Peter. Peter's girlfriend, as she's a gymnastic. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, no, I think I was, like, in full suspense, even though I knew what was gonna happen, because I had seen some of this before already through Dead Meat's kill counts, but it's nasty. I'm just gonna I'm gonna play my reaction real quick. Okay, I found my reaction bet.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm definitely gonna want to have that out somehow. So whenever I have the chance, I will try to post my Final Destination movie reaction sometime once I figure out a bullshit loophole or just screen record and just cut a couple of. I don't know, I'll figure something out. But no, there are definitely some gruesome kills. Starting off with the gymnastics scene and having to look at my reaction. No, I was like, oh my god, no, that was. And there's another kill I remember where this dude was a bit of a pervert. He stole someone's like free card or something. I don't know what it was exactly. It was like a free trip to like the spa, but he took it out of somebody's desk of the deceased person that died on the bridge, and he was expecting to get freaky with a lady at a spa, but instead an old lady was there breaking bones for massage and put needles on. No, I'm just oh no, I don't like needles. I really do not like needles. And then I don't know, his dumbass. I will say, I think these last two movies had stupid characters. Now having to look at the titles in my movie reactions, like, hang on, let me read the titles I had for hang on. Watching Final Destination for the first time, that was one. Then the second one was, this movie was both thrilling and entertaining. Then the third one, this movie was actually crazy to watch. And then the fourth one, more stupid characters and gruesome deaths. While the fifth one, we've reached our final destination. Oh man, but anyways, so yeah, he gets killed and like he falls down and needles are all over his body, but he dies getting his head bashed by a statue thing. And then another character, I felt bad for dying as she was getting like checking her eye out with a laser thing, which no. No, these kills are gruesome. But no, her eye gets laser cut because of because of death. He's just like, alright, I'm F up your eye a bit, so let me just do this and this, and then you're gonna slip on that little, like, because she was squeezing plushie, but the eye button popped off and she tripped on that and fell out in the back of the window and died when she hit the ground, and her eyeball came out on the ground and corpse squashed it. Oh god, these kills are gruesome. But I feel like, I don't know, well, this was better than the last one. I feel like after like characters dying, the main ones we follow with hang on, let me look up their names. With Sam and Molly, they like don't take time to grieve. They're just like, oh no, our friend died. Anyways, so you want to try to get back together? I would want you to come with me to Paris. Just, I don't know. I feel like that was just me. But yeah, Peter is bummed out, like very bummed out about his girlfriend dying. But right, I know there was a detective involved in like the first movie. One of them being Shrek, and that movie didn't come out till a year later, which I find that funny. But yeah, no, like there were detectives there. They're like, okay, how do you know it was gonna happen? And you know, they're thinking they're crazy or something. I don't know. It's been 5 months since I watched these movies. But anyways, who else dies next? I'm trying to check who else. Oh yeah, Dennis gets brutally killed with because after Nathan, the one that accidentally got not like he was trying to warn him because he saw the claw thing coming down, but yeah, the coworker ended up dying, and like he hold on to the hook, but the hook was like through his jaw and stuff. But I'm just gonna skip to the very end of the movie that had me very locked in. Tony Todd does show up in this movie, so I was happy to see him. Glad he wasn't in the fourth one, because that's terrible. But yeah, the last one, because having to like. He finds this information out from Tony Todd of like, okay, you either kill somebody, take their life, so you have like more years to live on, or you die. And you just gotta get revived back somehow. Actually, I don't think he mentioned that detail to them, just only that you gotta take a life. That's just how it rolls. I mean, it's tricky. If you screw with death, it's gonna mess back with you. Instant karma. But yeah, so as God damn it, the names. Sam and Molly are having dinner. Peter comes by, and he straight up is wanting to kill Molly because he thinks that Sam was selfish about because Sam didn't see Molly die in his premonition, but yeah, basically they have like a fight in the kitchen area. Sam's like a cook, but they have a fight. The way this all plays out is what I wished I saw in the third one, because with one of the characters that got upset about their girlfriend dying, I was like, oh, I like where this is going. Oh, that guy just got squashed! But I got to see that here in the fifth one, so I was like really liking where this was going. Now, Peter does die, not in the hands of death, but like I think one of the characters, either Sam or Molly. Actually, he ends up killing the cop that was like investigating about all this. He ends up killing him. I was like, well, now I'm off of death's hit list, but I can't have you living either. I can't have you walking away either. I mean, because you saw me commit a murder, so I gotta kill you too. But yeah, I think Sam's the one that kills him, and yeah, happy ending. Or so we thought, because by the end we then get revealed that, oh, this movie's a freaking prequel, and yeah, everybody died on the plane, and kind of like full circle back thing. So I don't know, but all right, now let me just discuss my quick thoughts with Final Destination Bloodlines. I've enjoyed mainly, at least most of these movies. The fourth one, I can see why it's the worst. Yeah, no, it's terrible. I can understand why, but yeah, for a while I had the first movie as the best for me until I saw Bloodlines. Now, I'm back and forth where I have at number 1 on my rank. I'm gonna tell you where I have the movies ranked on Letterboxd. I have Final Destination at 1, Bloodlines at 2, 3 at 3, 2 at 4, 5 at 5, and then the Final Destination at 6, because it's the worst in the series. I can see that. But I'm back and forth. I could say the first one's the best, but if I had to pick a favorite, I'm going with Bloodlines, because I'm surprised of how much I really enjoyed this movie. Now, I've already mentioned this in my movie review, how I wasn't planning on seeing this in IMAX, but I'm glad I did, because that was worth it. And because the ratio aspect changed, because I remember watching a video of the directors explained that whenever the IMAX ratio changed, that would mean that, like, if death is, like, in the presence, if, like, how do I explain this? They explained this for the ratio aspect. So basically, when I watched the movie in IMAX, whenever death was coming to, like, alright, I need to kill the dad with a lawnmower and kill this dude with a sprinkler thing after he recovers from his peanut allergy, and okay, I don't need to kill this guy. He's not in the bloodline. Although he better not get in the way, otherwise, yeah, I don't know. I need to kill this girl through a dumpster and kill this mom with a tower phone thing, and then these last two kids with logs. But okay, but basically, yeah, the ratio aspect would change whenever death is on screen. This is about to, whenever somebody's about to die. So I was like, oh, they actually did shot this in IMAX. So I was surprised about that. So that was worth it, because I do like IMAX, although me personally, I wouldn't have seen this in IMAX, but the only reason I did was because there was the, like, it was a late showing, so I was like, oh, there's a 10 o'clock showing, but that's the only showing I could see for this movie. So yeah, I picked IMAX. Like, again, I wasn't trying to see this in IMAX. I would have seen it in standard, but there was only one showing left at a theater I went to, so I was like, okay, guys, I'm seeing this in IMAX, and I do have an IMAX poster. What the hell? Oh my god, no! What happened? No! What happened? Why is it like that? Oh my god, no. Just stay like that. Okay, I don't know why it's like that. Is it the fan? I'm gonna move this away. I don't know why it's like that, but okay. I don't know if you can see, but I did collect the poster from the theater. There is a back on here, front and back. I only just have the front covered. Well, I'm only showing the front of, like, Film for IMAX, Final Destination. It's a cool poster, I will say, but in the back says, I survived Final Destination in IMAX, which I did! Otherwise, I would not be here filming this video, but so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that I was happy, I was glad that I saw this in IMAX. So, like, okay, that was actually worth it. IMAX worthy. But kind of bummed out I didn't watch this in 40x, because I heard that was also great to watch in format. But yeah, the reason I would say that this is my favorite, I could say this is probably the best in the series. And also, most of the movies have, like, rotten scores, except for the newest one, which has a very high score on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm like, oh damn, that's a high score. That's the highest in the series. But oh yeah, no, honestly, where I'm at right now, I could say the first is the best, but as of now, and no, I've felt this way for a while now. If you would ask me which is my favorite, I'm going with Bloodlines. I really enjoyed Bloodlines. That movie really surprised me, and I got to care about all the characters. I got to care for a few in a couple of movies, but most of them were either stupid or I didn't give a shit about them. But for this one, I cared about them, and I had this theory going around about like, oh, so in the opening scene of this movie, we're in like the 1960s, I believe, but right. So one of the characters, Iris, has a premonition, and she saves everybody at this Space Needle. I'm gonna call it a Space Needle, but I have a theory that like all the characters we followed in the last movies are descendants of the people that that Iris saved in the Space Needle. Therefore, bloodlines, which I really like. This is just a theory I had for the title, and I really liked it. Now there are like callbacks to the past sequels, but no, yeah, with it being titled Bloodlines, I was like, oh, that'd be a cool, interesting theory there about without all the characters being connected, and like okay, great, Iris, you shouldn't have done that. Now I gotta kill everybody because they cheated death. You cheated death. They are not supposed to cheat death. But I'm gonna save your bloodline for last because I gotta deal with all this bullshit. I gotta kill some folks on a plane, some folks on a highway, some folks on a roller coaster, some folks on a racetrack, and then some folks on a bridge. Wait, I have to do the bridge first, then so I'm saving you for last, lady. Yeah, and yeah, death was just taking its time because it was trying to kill everybody because like there was like I don't know how many people that there were at this Space Needle. Like no way, I just watched Dead Meets Kill Count, so basically about like 138 people were there. So it took Death a while just to get up to Stephanie's bloodline with everybody. But no, I really cared for all the characters. I liked everybody. I liked them all. And this ending pissed me off. Now I was feeling bad for how they were dying on screen, but I think the one death I felt bad the most was it Bobby? I swear it's Bobby. I'm gonna double check right now. Let me double check real quickly. Yeah, Bobby. I felt bad for how he went. He was such a sweet dude. He did not deserve to go out like that. But what blows my mind, but I find this so funny in the movie, was it Eric? I'm gonna double check real quickly. Is it Eric? Yeah, it's Eric, right? Yeah, Eric. He was a huge standout in the movie. I really liked Eric. He was like I could say he was the MVP for Final Destination Bloodlines, but in the teaser trailer, it's shown that, oh, he's gonna die in a tattoo shop, but my jaw was dropped on the ground when I saw him. Wait, he's alive? How is he? Whoa, hold up. I'm confused now, huh? I will say this. What I enjoyed the most with this movie was they kind of changed the formula up a bit in the 6th installment, but I was trying to figure out how the hell Eric was alive. I was like, weren't you just burnt alive? Oh, you just have a burnt arm, but how are you walking right now? Because turns out, he's not part of the bloodline, so like, Death is just like, wait a second, you're not part of the bloodline, so you're free to go. Just as long as you don't get in my way. Otherwise, your funeral. And he screwed with Death because he was trying to... Because they went to see Tony Todd at the hospital, who... I was shocked to find out about his passing last year because he voiced Venom in the Spider-Man 2 game, but finding out he passed away last year, I was like, what? So I was honestly devastated to find out about that, but I really enjoyed his final performance in this movie, so it was a nice tribute. Yeah, and the directors were aware of his condition that he was sick, so they asked, like, dude, we could work with you on like what you want to say, like basically they were letting him like say final, like whatever you want to say, feel free to, like, how do I explain this? Basically, the directors had a chat with him on like him having his own line to say to not just the characters but to the audience, to us, the audience. So he was overall we had a great tribute with him in this movie. So he had I can't speak. Oh my god, my horse is I can't speak. What the hell is wrong with me? Jesus. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the directors wanted him to say his final words like from the heart instead of like from a script and stuff. So it was a nice tribute we had of Tony Todd. So it was nice seeing him one more time in this movie. Yeah, I feel bummed out about his passing. I was honestly not a little. I was devastated to find out about it last year because that came out of nowhere. Like damn, but yeah. And anyways, so they come to see Tony Todd's character, who turns out is a survivor of the Space Needle incident. That little kid that Iris met in the opening scene of the movie. But yeah, he mentions about you either gotta die, where he brings up Kimberly. So Kimberly and Thomas gotta be alive in this universe, or you gotta take somebody's life in. There was a joke that Bobby and Eric make about like, don't touch those babies. They like considering we could take those babies. No, we wouldn't. No, don't touch those babies. So that was funny. That was funny, but yeah, no, I don't know, I really did care about these characters, so I felt well. I mean, I slightly didn't care much for who was it? Julia, but nothing negative against her. Just like I guess if I had to rank people I cared most to least cared most, Julia, I was like, oh no, damn, she got killed off. I don't know, but don't. Either way, I did care for most of them. There wasn't like a stupid character in here or any of that. Oh wait, there was one that. Oh my god, what a little shit this kid is in the opening scene. Which, oh man, I don't approve of this kill. I don't approve of this, but I swear I heard. I can't recall if some audience members in my theater cheered for this kill. There's a little kid in the movie that is like a little shit. Like, he's a little shit. He steals a coin from the fountain, and he's like about to throw it on the top of the space. Like, no, you would hate this brat. And when you see his death on screen, but mainly in the premonition, you are like, ha! Suck on that! But I don't approve kids dying, but I hate to admit, part of me was like, I can understand why people. I mean, that kill was funny, but it's messed up. I don't approve kids dying on screen, but I can see why people would cheer for that, and I would join in because he was a little shit. Yeah, no, he had that coming, so that would be considered one of the most satisfying deaths on screen. Anyways, right then, so yeah, no, don't. So yeah, where was I at? Damn it, I'm losing track a bit, but so yeah. Eric tries to he tries to kill Bob with a peanut allergy, which surprisingly the actor is in real life allergic to peanuts, so that was a bit of a risk to film on camera, but he was fine, of course, because there was crew and everyone on set, but so yeah, he was trying to basically follow what JB told them, but Eric kind of screwed with death. I mean, he wasn't even on the hit list. And he still died! I was like, ah, damn, he died! No, because he gets in the crosshairs of death, of just, like, this is the MRI machine scene. Where, something happened, yeah, Death is like, alright, I'm gonna turn on this machine thing, because we're gonna kill Bobby with it somehow. And what the? Eric, what the hell are you doing here? I told you you're not on my hit list! No, not that. Let me scratch that. What the hell are you doing here? I just said that. You know what? This is your funeral. I told you not to screw with my plans. You just got in the way, man. I told you not to get in the way, but this is on you, bro. You were not on my hit list, but have fun getting split in half or something. I don't freaking know, but no, that was a very gruesome death. But I felt bad for Eric because again, he wasn't even on the hit list because he's not part of the bloodline yet. He still died anyways because he screwed with death. He screwed with death, but anyways, around like the final end of the movie, I did also feel bad for how the mom went out. Like, damn, are you kidding me? But yeah, no, I will say this. I was surprised with how much I was enjoying this movie until the ending. Which, oh wait! I actually was spoiled for this ending! I was just going on TikTok and the first thing I see is a major spoiler about Stephanie and Charlie die, and I'm like, are you shitting me, dude? I would mainly avoid spoilers for superhero films. Now I gotta do the same for non-superhero movies? Are you kidding me? I was so pissed off. I was not expecting to get spoiled for that because that was literally the first thing that popped up on my For You page. Oh man, but no, I could have given this like a 9 out of 10, I think. I don't know about a 10 out of 10, but a 9 out of 10 definitely, but where I'm at is like an 8.5 out of 10, a solid 8.5 out of 10 because that ending ruined it for me. I was so pissed off with how they got killed off, and I knew because I was spoiled about it. I didn't see the scene. I just saw like a photo slideshow about like, oh, how like they didn't deserve to die and stuff, but and then the song plays, make me wanna shout and take my hand off and shout, throw my hands back and shout, come on now, I shout, come on. That song was catchy, but God damn it! Again, like I mentioned earlier, I hate these endings. If you like them, okay, cool for you. Me, I hate them. I hate them because what is the point? This is finally a movie where I actually give a shit about everybody. I barely gave a shit for some characters in the last 5 movies. There were mainly stupid characters in the last 2 entries, but I got the killer and you killed him. I get it's tradition with these endings, but I'm so pissed. I still like the movie. I still like this movie. It's just the ending I hate, but oh man, hang on. I need water. My throat is like off. Holy shit. So yeah, we are getting a 7th movie. Sadly, not with Stephanie and Charlie, because they got brutally killed by logs. So, I'm curious what we're gonna go with this one, because originally they were gonna have the freak accident be on a cruise ship. I did heard about that from 3C Films' side flicks, but they changed their minds last minute because the directors didn't want to like top the Titanic scenes, apparently, or something like that. I got this information from Dead Meat's Kill Count today on Final Destination Bloodlines, but so yeah, Final Destination Bloodlines, I'd say, is my favorite out of the series, and with the 7th movie coming out, I'll be there, and I'm sure I'm gonna not be happy with its ending since they're gonna keep the tradition with these movies of just you can't escape death. Which, what is the point then? My God! Anyways, I think that's all. I think that's pretty much it for my franchise review. I'll admit, I surprisingly had fun with this series. I am gonna be more paranoid now having to watch them because of these freak accidents. And, hope I don't cheat death, because otherwise, if I do, I'm screwed. I don't know. I guess I could. You know what? I might as well put Final Destination up with movies I don't F with. But I'll admit, I had fun with watching these movies, and 6th one is definitely my favorite out of the 6. But with that being said, definitely let me know your thoughts comes below on all 6 Final Destination films. Which is your favorite? And yeah, we gotta agree which is the worst, which is the 4th entry. But Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I was gonna record on my phone, but kind of glad I did it on my laptop anyway. Sorry if this is an hour and 38 minutes, but not how I wanted this video to go. But oh well, whatever. Womp wompity womp. I guess I might do a re-review on all 6 again for when the 7th one comes out, similar to how I did a re-review on the Jurassic films for Rebirth. Who knows? We shall see. But when the 7th one comes out, I should try to have my movie reactions out, because I do have footage of me reacting to 1 to 5. But when the 7th movie comes out, I'll figure out how to because what I'll try to do is just edit out some boring bits and then maybe screen record or something. I don't know. I'll figure something out, because I'm sure we won't get the 7th movie until maybe 2 or 3 years or so. I don't know. I do not know. What are the year gaps? Just what are the year gaps with these movies? 2000. So yeah, there's 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's 3-4 years. Then 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6, 7, 8. 9. But then the 9th one, there's 9, 10, 11. Just waited 2 years for the 5th movie. I don't know. We'll probably get this in like 2, 3 years at best. Who knows? We shall see. All I know is that we're getting a 7th movie. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed my franchise review on the Final Destination films. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I'm gonna try to. I wanted to have this out 2 days ago. Originally, I had this planned out months ago where I'd have like for 31 days of October, I'd post a review that is like horror related, whether it's like a scary movie for kids or an actual horror movie for adults. Like I'm gonna review Monster House or Goosebumps this month, or the Saw films and the Halloween films. So like as I just said, the reviews I be posting for 31 days of October. Some of them are mainly scary stuff for kids like Monster House and Goosebumps, or actual horror stuff like Saw and Halloween. But that might not come to fruition because I'm gonna be, as I said earlier, I'm gonna be busy this month mainly because I would like to work on my Tron costume. But also, I got something planned later. You will know very soon in about 3 weeks, I'd say. I think 3 weeks, but yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, y'all.